Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And tonight, and a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season, and teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
So the New York starting five, we've got Luke Kennard, Mitchell Robinson out there with Portis, then it's Simmons, and it's Mitchell in at the two-guard spot.
A physical presence. Simmons is 6'11", nearly 250 pounds. He can easily absorb the hit.
Irving against Simmons. Holmes with a screen on Portis. Here's McDaniels, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Here's some facts. Go back to 2000, and the Knicks have won just one playoff series. Total. One.
And the Knicks have struggled, Brent, over the last 2 decades. Why is that?
Well, I think they've just struck out thinking that everybody wants to come and play in New York City. And when you find out that nobody wants to play in New York City, it's really hard to build a roster. They have not had a first All-NBA player since Patrick Ewing in the 90s. So there's been a big bite taken out of the Big Apple in terms of their competitive.
With the block.
Such good instincts from Robinson there to throw that one away.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Mitchell with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Robinson misses.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups. Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Mitchell outside. And Simmons kicks to Kennard. Portis in the post, working on McDaniels.
If there's one drawback to Bobby Portis in his game is that emotionally you just want him to box that in at times. That passion, and sometimes really get your teammates going.
And of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired. Not only young, Spo was the first Asian American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league, and worked his way up from video coordinator. A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Irving surveying the floor. Pass to Rozier. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound Heat. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. On the wing, Irving. Defended by DiVincenzo.
And Holmes knows that a lot of the offensive opportunities are going to come secondary. He was there and ready.
And here is DiVincenzo. On the wing, Mitchell. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Miami. Now, here's Rozier. The pass to Holmes. Kicks to Irving. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Second team foul.
And the free throw, no good. For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. To the inside. White dishes to Henry. And that one, good.
Well, White has quickly developed great floor vision. Doesn't miss the wide open man.
Irving against Simmons. Rebound by the Heat. Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
Robinson passes to Kennard. Second chance shot, and the shot goes in.
Mitchell Robinson, one of those guys who you could be blocking out, but it's just not enough with that length.
Washington sets the pick for Irving. To the wing right side. And Washington is good for 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Simmons dishes to Robinson. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. White against Mitchell. Washington with the screen on Mitchell. Here's White. They grab their own miss. And Harrell pulls it in.
That's what Harrell does. He's in there mixing it up, and he goes right back up for a shot.
Knicks trail by 3. On the wing, Mitchell. No good. That would have tied it. It's White on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Simmons pulls it in. Mitchell kicks to Simmons. He gets it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close.
Your EQ dance team. Here we go, fans.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
And New York looking at who they've got. Jones is out there with Jones. Then it's Kevin Huerter. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Simmons in at the 1. Waba kicks to White. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Down low. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Jones.
Well, we know Simmons can do this. At 6'11", I don't know that anyone in the league has his vision.
Rozier, the pass to Washington. Had the space there, but it's offline. The Knicks shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much, guys. Growing up, Mitchell Robinson didn't play basketball, but a 7-inch growth spurt in the 8th grade changed things. He fell to the 36th pick overall in 2018, but his physical tools have made him a presence. One key to his success? He says, just run the floor. If you're the first man down the court, you can get the ball. Kevin, that sounds pretty simple to me.
It does to me, too. Keep it simple and use that athleticism. David, thanks. It seems like, Brent, it's been a long time we've been asking, could this be the year the Knicks turn it around?
I think, Kevin, though, it's about not just turning it around. It's about being a viable, competitive, potential deep-run playoff team for many years in succession. And is this the time? I'm just not sure.
And Simmons is just the total package. I mean, a player that can really dish it to his teammates.
Now, here's Rozier. He's defended by Herter. Will it go? And that one is off. Good D by Jones. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Jones kicks to Herter. Outside, Simmons. 5 on the clock. Shoots over White. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And at 6'10", a player like Simmons, to handle the ball the way he does, that's just unfair.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Sean Holmes, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Then for the Knicks, Ward, he's checked in for Jones. Grant Williams comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Simmons. Ball's knocked loose and is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on.
Now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Or the pass to DiVincenzo. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And Brent, as an NBA player, there's tremendous competition, but also shared respect, and some say a brotherhood. How does that all balance out?
I think, Kevin, there's a clear line of delineation of what you're talking about once playoff time hits the NBA. I mean, during the regular season, you see a lot of guys spending some time with one another, but come playoff time, I'd be hard-pressed to find that kind of interaction because guys know what's on the line, they know what's at stake, and competition always reigns supreme.
On the basket by Jones.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Irving. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Irving against DiVincenzo. To the paint. And then Jones with the jam.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
A minute 50 left in the first half.
And talking about Dante DiVincenzo, a native of Delaware, that's a state that doesn't see many of their own go pro.
Well, he has been a winner at every stop, Greg. In high school, back-to-back state championships in Delaware. And then he won 2 titles in college. He won a ring with the Bucks. And so the resume has a long list of titles with him.
New York with the ball. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. Over in the corner, Williams connects from three-point range. Williams has got the lead up to 13 now for New York.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Irving attacking, count it. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Love how effective Irving is on the drive. His head is up, and he just cuts right through the defense.
Irving against DiVincenzo. 44 seconds left in the first half. Outside Williams from downtown. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 4 rebounds in this game. Now, here's Rozier. Tight defense on him. Irving against DiVincenzo. 4 on the clock. Irving for 3. Offensive rebound. Holds. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Rashawn using his length that time to his advantage. Excellent job of getting that foul.
The first free throw is good, and the Knicks making a change here. Both free throws good from home. Here's Simmons. He's got 6. Mitchell left side. Tries again. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview.
Welcome, everybody.
Here at the midway point, we've seen enough games to get a real sense of the rooks. Which ones are truly NBA ready?
Man, NBA ready is right, Shaq.
Moving on. In that first half of basketball, things are looking pretty good. Thanks for spending halftime with us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Terry Rozier. Then there's McDaniels. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Nwaba in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. McDaniels up top, covered by Mitchell. Irving can't hit.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Simmons finds Robinson out to the wing. Some nice passing by New York here. And they double up Simmons. Nwaba with the rebound. The Heat trail by 9. Here's Irving. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Irving's got the first bucket of the third here for Miami. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's Simmons. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line early.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Mitchell against Rozier. Floats one. Goes back up. Holmes can't get it to go in.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Mitchell against Rozier. Trying to get open is Robinson. Simmons dishes to Robinson. Basket good. Robinson's got his second bucket of the night.
There you go. Finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
Timeout called, the Heat. And the Heat with some changes. Washington comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Kobe White in for Terry Rozier. Irving kicks to Washington. Pass to Irving. Washington with a screen on Simmons. And here is Washington. And Nwaba has it in the corner. Washington sets the pick for White. Passes it to Washington. The Heat need to get a shot off. Irving. The offensive rebound. And it's Washington missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and when Simmons is driving inside, he's going to sky up for the flush, getting to the basket in no time.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much, Kevin. Not that long ago, of course, the analytical team shot way more three-pointers, and they found a temporary edge. But now every team shoots a lot of threes, and it's more about personnel. When it's a superstar shooting the ball, that mid-range jumper can be very efficient. guys.
And DA, we see it all the time. Brandon Ingram with the New Orleans Pelicans. KD, the two players in Phoenix with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. DeRozan in Chicago. Hit those all day long. David, thank you. This is his third free throw attempt of the game. That's good from Irving.
Kyrie, such an unpredictable player in a lot of ways, but when he's on, there's few players in the league that can match up with his pure scoring ability.
And the Heat making a change here. Henry's checked in. And it goes down 2 points. New York leading by 5. Now Simmons, 8 points for him. Kennard for 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game.
And as long as Kennard keeps knocking down those threes, he's going to get more opportunity.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for New York. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
No good. Shot missing. And the Heat going the other way now.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. He seems to be rushing shots.
And Miami making a change here. Harrell's checked in. And then for New York, Damian Jones comes in for Robinson. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Simmons. White the pass to Washington. A three-pointer is right on target. Washington's got 6.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And stolen by Portis. White against Kennard. Lets the 3 fly. Miami grabs the miss. Guaba's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the call will be against Damian Jones. That's his first foul. Terry Rozier's checked in for the Heat. DiVincenzo against White. 3rd. No good. The Knicks leading by 5. DiVincenzo with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kennard for 3. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wasted no time on that one.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Kennard for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And Kennard picks up the other end of that phone and says, I'll answer with a 3.
Rozier kicks to Henry. On the pass to Washington. White looking around with 4 seconds on the clock. And Jones sends it back. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Knicks lead 5-5. 2K Sports back in a moment here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Jones. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward.
You know, and every year, it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving.
The Knicks making a switch here. Najee's checked in.
And for Terry Rozier, all of his efficiency numbers are way up the last couple years. Here's a guy who was just 37% from the field during his time in Boston.
DiVincenzo with it. Picked up by Rozier. Nailed from three-point land. And the Knicks lead by 6.
And this is what makes Mitchell dangerous, his ability to rise up immediately after catching that pass.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. And Holmes throws it down.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And the numbers of Terry Rozier. As you mentioned, they're getting better bit by bit, Greg.
Scary Terry's three-point shooting is way up. And that helps big time. With experience, Rozier isn't forcing things offensively, becoming a much better decision maker.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
DiVincenzo finds Mitchell.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Irving with the bounce pass. Holmes can't get it to go in. The Knicks leading by 4. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Holmes.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
It's Irving, top of the key. Inside, Rozier. And Jones sends it back. And he recovers it.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
For 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Rozier. Here's Henry. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 4 assists in the game.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
For 3, Mitchell. The shot, no good. And it's Miami the other way.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Oh, Holmes in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And this is a lot of times what you see from Rashawn Holmes available around the rim.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Knicks. On the wing, DiVincenzo. A three-pointer off the mark. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. McDaniels passes to Holmes. Back to McDaniel. To the middle. And Holmes throws it down.
And Holmes upping the ante. The big man coming through.
New York trailing. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And the Heat call time here. David Waba's checked in for Miami. That comes in for Terry Rozier. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. To the inside. Holmes can't get it to go in. New York's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Now here's Simmons. Inside, 6 on the shot clock. In transition, here comes Miami. And Finished off by McDaniel.
Oh, good hands from Holmes there, using his length to come away with that steal.
Simmons inside. He's covered by Irving. And yes, it's good.
Love how Simmons commands the ball, especially in the big moments.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. Hit replay brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
It just got too aggressive. You've got to play smart. Got to it on the way down. That's a big whistle.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. Simmons against Irving. Simmons' shot is good. Simmons got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
And Simmons, just such a gifted player, someone who is mentally strong in these situations.
On its way from Irving for 2. Knicks with the rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time he hits it.
Williams outside. Here's Simmons. It's good.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
Now I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Simmons against Irving. Holmes with a screen on Simmons. And it's Holmes off the drop. Money!
Yeah, this is some found change in the couch. They're not relying on Holmes to have these kind of offensive nights.
And so now the timeout taken by Tom Thibodeau. So for the Knicks, Bobby Portis comes in for Jones. And it's Kennard in for Grant Williams. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Simmons looking around. And they double up Simmons. Simmons on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Offline. Now a timeout called by Miami. And it's the Heat with the ball. To the paint. Here's Holmes. Oh, and he misses the dunk. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And stolen by Irving. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Your team.
Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Richaun Holmes out there with McDaniels. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Nwaba in at the 3. Holmes with a screen on DiVincenzo. Irving passes to Holmes. No good with the elbow jumper. The Knicks shooting for the game at 42%. On the wing, Mitchell. They get it back. Robinson. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Holmes. DiVincenzo against Irving. Shot clock at 5. Lobbed up there for Mitchell. Here we go, one-on-one. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Timeout called the Heat. checked in for New York.
Knicks substitution. Ben Simmons.
Pass to Irving. Back to White. Holmes setting the big for White. Holmes down low. Robinson on him. The shot's good from Irving.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
Fouls this off. 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Bangs home the trifecta.
And a deadly shooter as Kennard steps up in a big moment.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Over to the left wing. Holmes kicks to White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Mitchell. Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And getting the positioning he wants and finishing. Love to watch Holmes work on the inside.
Here's Simmons. Rebound by the Heat. Waba's got 5 rebounds tonight. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Rozier, he's checked in for White. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Irving passes to Rozier.
Need your leader to come through with buckets like that.
Passes it to Kennard. It's up a 3. Here's Robinson.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
His competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Rozier. Good!
The more of those mid-range jumpers Rozier hits, the more the passing lanes will open up for him.
Now Simmons. On the wing, Mitchell. And it's Irving with the rebound.
Well, sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Pass to Holmes.
Knicks foul. Mitchell has it. 4 personal fouls. 2nd team foul.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, the big man has a good touch. We'll see if Rashawn Holmes can touch these 2 up.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Irving with the ball. And so it's Miami winning this one. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and